Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to look at another stevevai video that's been requested a few times in the comments. This is the Teeth of Hydra. Just in case you guys didn't see it, about a week ago I did a reaction to For the Love of God with stevevai live with the orchestra, and I've never had so much fun making a video. That was really incredible. Steve's performance just totally blew me away. So check that out if you like stevevai. I think you'll enjoy appreciating that video with me. So let's get stuck into this one. Okay, I thought I'd pause it where we've got a good view of the guitar so we can try and see what on earth is going on. So I heard this before I saw the video, and I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that he'd done it on this new instrument, and I heard in an interview he said something that he had a kind of revelation of, I think it must have been after the guitar was made, or he had a revelation of how it would actually be possible to play it, and apparently it brought him to tears, the revelation of, I don't know, he had a vision, because he's the kind of guy, he talks about in other interviews how he imagines a lot what he's going to do, rather than just, you know, picking up the instrument and practicing. He actually kind of visualizes creatively the different things that he can do, and if he can kind of imagine himself doing it, then he can sort of make it happen. So I heard the piece, and I just had no idea what was going on. I didn't really I didn't have any particular expectations, but when I heard the piece I thought, well, this is, you know, really interesting kind of ambient piece of music. It's got a nice you know, a nice kind of atmosphere to it. It sounds really interesting, but I didn't picture in my mind that, I didn't really picture what was being played by who. So it was interesting really seeing the video now and seeing that, oh, so those bass notes, those are him playing, and then he's doing these strums. So he's got this kind of harp built in that actually goes over the two ends of the guitar, so he can strum that at times. And he's got this other fretless guitar, whereas half fretless guitar that he's got that tuned to an open chord, so he can strum that at certain intervals. Half of the bass is fretless, so at different moments he kind of taps on that and slides his thumbs sometimes along there, and then he's got the regular guitar in the middle. So it's pretty. It was interesting for me watching it and seeing, oh right, so he is actually timing all of those different sounds, because I just didn't know what to think when I heard it. I just assumed, well, this is just a band play, a fairly kind of sparse arrangement, but I thought, well, this is just a band that he's put together in the studio overdubbing different parts. You know, I just wouldn't have imagined, when you listen to it without the video, you wouldn't imagine that it's all being played by one instrument. Here's the chorus. Yeah, really interesting. It's a nice piece of music, you know. It's the main thing. That's got a lot of intrigue to it. I really like that chorus part. It's very strong. You know, it sounds like something from a movie soundtrack, but I really like it's got a lot of nice kind of emotional vibe to that. And you can hear there's a very, oh, I see, all right, this guitar on top, that's a 12 string, right? So that's got a very sort of like raspy, kind of rattly tone to it. He's got that's clean. So it's just interesting. It feels like rhythm is the main thing here that he's really playing with. He's like timing. Okay, so I've got this dum 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 dum, and it's the placement of all the different instruments. So I've got my downbeat there on my bass, and I've got the lead part here, and then in that offbeat I can fit in a little strum, and on another offbeat I can fit a strum on the harp. So it's all done with this sense of just understanding really well the space that you have, and how you can just juggle all these different things. So it's an amazing demonstration of coordination, planning, forward thinking, and he must have it must have taken a long time to kind of plan out and then memorize the different combinations. It gets more complex as it goes on as well. Yeah, so you can hear those hits that he's doing on that guitar at the top in those gaps. So it's really clever, because you think, well, how do you play all these instruments at once? But it's like he's only doing one thing at a time. It's just that he's spreading it out. I mean, there is one moment where it sounds like he's got that power chord and he's doing a slide on the power chord while hitting the strings on the other instrument. I think there was one part he was doing that. But it's just kind of very clever, economical use of all the different things, all the different sound sources, and blending all of those in together. So yeah, it's kind of like, so it is possible. It is possible to actually play that thing. Very articulate, emotive playing as well. He's not just trying to go crazy on it. He's actually playing with great feel. He's playing very melodically. It's very musical. Just like I was saying, when I listened to it just as a piece of music without the video, I thought, well, this is just a really interesting atmospheric piece. It doesn't sound like it was made with the just to be a technical demonstration. It actually sounded like this is just a great piece of music. You can see there quite clearly now on the top guitar, the one that's half fretless, you can see those are double strings. So yeah, there's definitely a 12 string with the paired strings together. Right, that's very nice. Yeah, and then some cool little dials on there to get some cool sounds. Right, no sliding on the thumb on the fretless bass. Great. Right. Back to the chorus, yeah. So there were times there where he was playing, beginning a phrase and then changing the bass note and then finishing the phrase. So that was just so perfectly timed and coordinated. Really great. And it really grows on you, this part, you like it more and more. Yeah, really fitting those. It's really great again how, just keep listening out how he fits those strums. He fits those strums in on the open string, the 12-string guitar, just in the right spaces to create that sort of strange atmospheric, like it's like a sound effect. The harp thing sounds really See that? Yeah. See that's where legato comes in super useful. The fact that he can play so well with just one hand on there. I mean, it must have taken so much practice to get all of that together, all of these different movements, and doing that all in time. Yeah, a little bass solo. Excellent. Oh, I love that part. Right, and now playing a bit together. There you go. So he is actually playing two at the same time. Little moments, but really cool that part. How he does a slide down with the thumb, and then he starts a legato part on the main guitar, while still sliding on the fretless bass. That's a pretty cool move. Hammering and sliding. Yeah. Right. And then a bit of that fretless. And the chorus sounds a bit more energetic each time it comes back round. That's pretty amazing, really, isn't it? It's not amazing because of just any one single thing that he did. It's amazing because of the entire concept and how the whole thing worked together. The way that he was able to actually make use of all of those different sound sources, blend them in together, coordinate and time everything, and the most important thing is that it's actually a really great piece of music. So it's pretty amazing that he's been around for so long, but he's still producing new, interesting things. He's still, you can tell he's really excited about that. His enthusiasm comes across. That creativity that he has is just as profound and deep as it's ever been. It's pretty incredible. He's still pushing the idea of what it means to be a guitar player. I mean, that's just pretty insane, really, what he's done. And you have to say, just the artwork of the guitar is pretty incredible. I could just look at it for ages. It's got so many different details. So yeah, pretty incredible, really. Wouldn't have really imagined that you'd be seeing anyone doing something like that. But there you go. You just don't know what to expect, really, from Steve Vai. So, and by the way, I did wonder, okay, can he do this live? I mean, because there's times where it looks like it would be really difficult to kind of time all of that and put all of that together. But there are some clips coming up of him playing live. I don't think there's an official video yet, but there's clips that people have taken from recent concerts. And yeah, like he does all of that. But you can see when you watch the video that it's like, oh yeah, it kind of is possible, actually. It does look like it would be possible if you were that well coordinated and you memorized all of those movements throughout the whole piece, then yeah, I guess it's possible actually to do that. So it's really redefining what is possible, I suppose. But I really think that just it's the power of his concentration, the power of his vision. It's the mental power. It's not just, you know, pure burning technique, just, you know, showing how complicated and how fast you can play. It's a different, completely different ballpark of this kind of grand vision and keeping everything in check throughout the whole piece. That's pretty amazing, and you know, he does a great job of doing it live. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. It's been really interesting, and let me know other videos you'd like me to react to and try to break down what's going on. And yeah, see you guys on the next video. Bye.